Good morning, everybody. RNG here with another Etheria restart video, and today we're going to continue to try to make this game better by addressing the RNG problem that are shells, especially at the end game in Etheria restart. Now, they've released a live update video, like the dev update video, the hyper talk, that's what it's called. They released that yesterday, and there are a lot of things where we are making progress on improving this game, but there are still some big issues. I harp on the gear set thing all the time. Today, I really want to dive into shells, and I'm going to show you exactly how painful and how much of a problem this is. So let's say you're going to try to figure out a new comp. You want to make your didding better. So you go into a Nico Nana boss fight, you click on somebody who has a good didding, and you say, what shell do I need to get for this guy? And you're like, oh, okay, we're going to use a white fang, and this white fang, ooh, this is a good white fang. This white fang has an 8-piece matrix set on it, mixed with a 12-piece matrix set on it, mixed with a 6-piece set. You can do all three of those sets. Oh, that's really cool. And look, it has overclocking and penetration and blade of disorder. That's a really good shell. Do you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a 10 pull worth of crystals and max refresh my energy for a day, and I'm only going to farm Nico Nana, just farm the boss where that shell drops, so I can find myself a shell, find myself a red fang or a white fang that has an 8-piece, a 12-piece matrix and a 6-piece premium matrix on it, and I can build that thing, and boom, my didding's gonna start popping off, right? And then you start and you just go and you refresh with your gems, and you get to the point in the day where you can't do any more refreshes, and you really want to save your stabilizers for those double drop days, because at least there it's guaranteed not paying for your energy. And at the end of the day, what you walk out of is something like this. Let me go to my shells page right here. I'm going to show you the best white fang that I got today. I got one. I tend to save all of my triple matrix drops that I get. Today, this was the best one I got. I got Harvest Kenai Swift Raid. Now, Kenai, I like Kenai. That's the one I was going for. I really do like Kenai. Harvest, not what I was after necessarily, but okay, it's an 8, a Kenai, and a Swift Raid. Ah, dang it, Swift Raid. Not exactly the Fury Edge that I want, but, it's okay. Surely I got another 3 Matrix White Fang in an entire day worth of farming shells, right? No. I use all my energy today, and the reason I'm making this video today, that's the only one I got. I had some of these others just sitting here, sitting on the sidelines for a few days. There's the 1-3 matrix white fang I got for an entire day of max refresh farming that event. In fact, if we hit recycle, I'm going to hit recycle right here. I'm going to say show discarded shells, select all. This is how much just red shells, just red tier shells that I have to throw away today. Almost 500,000 in shell EXP, 98 red tier shells dropped that I didn't want. And I did, to be fair, I did do a 10 run on the Revelation set, so there's some of those in there too, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, then, okay, well, don't worry, at least you got a lot of red drops, right? Well, we also got quite a bit of these bees and sharks right here too. So let's select all those, and look, almost another 500,000 in EXP items to throw away. Now, it's not a bad thing to get some shells that you can recycle for training data and reconfiguration chips, because you do need that stuff, right? You really do need it. And so let's say, the current white thing I have is Onslaught Momentum Swift Raid. The problem with this one is it's a 12-piece set, a 12-piece set, and a 6-piece set. You can't get all of that. You can't make that work all the way. It's pretty decent. I do have flat attack, I have crit rate 18, and I have disorder by 6, but I could make those a lot better. Do I make that? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's do it live. I'm going to go ahead, come in here. I'm going to go to my new white fang that I got, and I'm going to level it up. So I have 2 white fangs. Let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to imprint it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Going to take advantage of a really great system in this game. And before I go any further, I just want to say there's so many good systems in this game. This game does so many things right, but a day like today is a huge kick in the nuts. It's a huge pain to spend all of your energy farming one thing with all of it all day and not even get the template for the thing you're trying to build, much less actually re-rolling the passives correctly. So I'm going to imprint this over, and essentially That's the progress that I made today. For an entire day worth of farming, like a 95% of just the drop for White Fang, I got one that's like kind of good enough that I can just imprint my old White Fang onto it. And I guess I could come over here and start like rolling for these, like crit rate's good, flat damage. Like, do I really want to come in here and like risk losing that? Blade of Disorder, it's only purple. I could start rolling that again. So roll it. Okay, there's 5%. Look, the pain just immediately shows up. Like, I don't need to fake how painful this process right here is because we're all so used to it. I have 3.2 million EXP to spend on reconfiguring. And does anybody want to like would anybody make a significant bet that I land anything better than Disorder 6% for my Didding with all of those rolls? You can guarantee that I'll roll the exact same thing again, because that always seems to happen a bunch of times, or worse versions of Disorder damage up, or just final damage up 2% on a blue one. Like, this is terrible. This is just really, really frustrating. And I was a little bit more heated at the end of spending all of my energy today. Like, man, look, there's a red one, but it's like reduced damage by 7%. I'm not taking that. This is a DPS shell. Look, I was mad earlier. Like, I really was mad. Do you know how much I'd love to have, by the way, synergy right here, right? You know how much I'd love to have this on like a healer shell? Not on flipping White Fang. Goodness gracious, give me the ability to like not roll the worst stuff ever. So look, I'm about to stop doing this because I'm already down from 3.2 million to 2.7 million. I'm about to just accept this constant damage plus 11% because at least that's really good. And I could throw this on. In fact, I'm going to take that. And now this is no longer Didding shell. It's like Messiahs or something. So there we go. I guess I got that out of an entire day worth of farming. Let me just like, let me try and stop raging for a second and make a like coherent point. My coherent point is this. It's very frustrating in this game to see people with really, really good shells, right? Like, or no, that's not frustrating. Let me continue. Let me finish. It's very frustrating to see somebody like, okay, here's a Rosa, Fury, Momentum, Fury Edge, and like, okay, overclocking unparalleled Blade of Oddity. They could roll that Blade of Oddity a little better, but at a yellow 8%, that's fine. You should be able to say, how do I farm that? And if you have the capability of farming that, I think it's perfectly reasonable to be able to expect that if you spend quite literally a 10 pull worth of gems refreshing energy a day, you should be able to go to that dungeon and get yourself one end game shell in that day. You should be able to go get one instead of just yellows and 2 matrix reds, so many of those that you just trash. And like, I'm sorry, it's just a pain. It's just a pain. And like, I was pretty frustrated with that. My ultimate goal here, you guys, is like, look, I'm account level 100, right? There's no reason for me to be refreshing energy at this point anymore, except that I just don't have good shells and good enough gear yet, despite the fact that for weeks I've been farming at them. There's a bit too much RNG there. There just is. And if I'm getting frustrated with it, as somebody who like deeply loves this game, has like I want this game to succeed as much as anybody. My YouTube channel is dedicated to covering this game right now. My mental energy and my heart are like all in on this game. And I was angry today. I was angry. Like, I am playing a free-to-play account on the new server just to kind of like see what that experience is like, kind of make a new player guide. And you know, I was enjoying the early levels of this game so much. Like, the first 4 or 5 days of the game feel so good. They got that so right. Then you get to this in-game part where all you're doing is playing slot machines with like drops from Inferno bosses and rolling passives on shells. And that's if you can actually get a shell to drop that's the one you actually want. I can't tell you how many, I wish you could see how many times you've actually farmed a stage. How many times have I farmed Nico Nana? Like, what is the actual number of Inferno Nico Nana runs that I have to not have one White Fang that is, you know, Fury Edge, Keen Eye, and I would take Harvest or Fury. I would really like Fury, Keen Eye, Fury Edge, but geez, I mean, let me not ask for too much. You know what I mean? And so I was hot earlier, and that's what inspired me to make this video. I just want this game to get better. And like, I guarantee you, if I'm that frustrated by this, other people are that frustrated by this too. So there's the video, guys. I really just want to see that change made. I hope that the devs or the community or somebody who can make a change sees this video and just understands that, like, frustrating your players this much, probably not the best business model out there. All right, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.